Hello, and welcome to the Brutal Iron Gym podcast, where our goal is to cut through the BS and deliver the brutal truth about topics related to health and happiness. Today's podcast number 1450. The topic is mindset, and the title is this the best you can do? So my wife and I both actually like listening to business improvement and kind of self-improvement books and videos. Very blessed in that because when we go on like long car rides and stuff, we both are super nerds and we get super excited to listen to one of our like audiobooks. I use Audible, and I listen to about 20 minutes or so of Audible on average every day. So some days a little more, some days a little less. But I do really enjoy kind of learning. And I just found that audio, I'm much better at retention for audio than I am at actually like reading things. So Audible has been, amazing for me. Very, very lucky for that. My wife and I recently found through Instagram ads on her account, there's this app called Masterclass, which is pretty cool. It has kind of multi-part video audio classes where you get hundreds of professionals in various fields, and they'll put together these kind of like master classes. And last night we were listening to the former CEO of Pepsi, and she was talking about her 7 C's of leadership, which was really cool. Really, really cool. So very cool stuff. Love that. And within that masterclass, there was a story that I thought was kind of fun to share. So the story is about a speechwriter, and I believe they were writing a speech for a president. I don't remember which one, so missed that part of it. So I just talked about how audio is really good for retention, but it's very selective retention. So the president's name wasn't important, so I immediately forgot it. But the speechwriter was writing a speech for the president, and he turned it into the president. The president quietly read it over. Didn't really make any kind of facial reactions or anything. He put the piece of paper down on the desk, and he looked at the writer and asked, "Is this the best you can do?" The speechwriter apologized and said, I've been having some trouble at home, and I wanted to get it into you like a day early, so we'd have extra time, but I can definitely make it better. Hold on, I'll make it better. So the president hands him the speech, and the writer spends the whole workday editing the speech, refining each sentence, trying to really choose each word exactly, just making it the best he could do. Now, by the end of the workday, he goes back to the president's office, hands him the speech. Again, the president reads it without any reaction, and again, he puts the paper on a desk and he asks, "Is this the best you can do?" The writer feels kind of flustered, and he says, "Well, give me tonight. I'll work through the night. I'll get it right." So the president hands him back the speech. The writer went home, picked the speech apart, rereading each sentence, trying to find even more precision to each word. He asks his wife to read it. He asks a family friend to read it. He reads it out loud to everybody so we can hear what it sounds like. So finally, in the dead of the night, he figured out, there's just literally nothing else I can do. This is my absolute best. So in the morning, tired and exhausted, he went into the president's office, hands him the speech. Again, the president reads through it quietly without any reaction. Again, he puts paper on the desk and he asks, "Is this the best you can do?" The writer felt shocked. He truly had given his heart and soul to the speech. So he responded, "Yes, sir, this is the very best I can do." The president picked up the paper, said, "Great, thank you." That's it. That's the end of the story. And it's like, oh, what the hell? So what I was laughing about with my wife was one of the takeaways that I got from the story was each time the writer submitted the speech, he truly thought that it was the best he could do. But when pressured, he realized there was actually still more he could do. So what in your life do you feel like you're giving your best, but it doesn't yet feel like enough? Maybe you're dieting, but you're not seeing progress. Maybe you're falling short of the daily targets, the calories, the protein, the timing, the distribution of everything. You feel as though you're doing your best. So that then leads to asking yourself, truly, is this the best I can do? In what ways could I maybe give just a little more? Maybe you're training for a competition. You're as consistent in your training as you can be in your nutrition, your hydration, your sleep, your supplements. You feel like you're giving your best, but yet you still worry if you're doing enough. So again, ask yourself, truly, is this the best I can do? In what ways could I maybe give just a little more? When you ask yourself this question, when you truly ask it, throw all your excuses away. When you ask that question, you're going to get one of two answers. When you ask yourself, is this the best I can do? You're either going to hear yourself answer back, I could do more. Or, I'm truly doing my best. I'm doing the best I can. If the answer you hear is, I'm doing the best I can, then you'll feel a sense of relief from pressure. Your anxiety over whether you're doing everything you can will lessen, because you will have searched yourself and you'll have truly realized that given everything in your life, everything you want to balance with this goal, everything that's demanding on you, that you are giving your best. The rest now is out of your control. It's part of the larger process, and therefore it's removed from your responsibilities. By asking this question, am I doing the best I can? It might actually help you find peace in knowing you truly are giving your best. But if the answer is, yeah, I could do more, you'll likely argue against that feeling. You'll list all of your excuses, but that feeling still won't go away. You'll feel something inside of you saying you could do more. And usually that thing that you could be doing a little better with will pop into your mind. Well, yeah, I could be getting up, maybe 5-10 minutes early and try to get in a quick breakfast, because I miss breakfast a lot. Or, you have the time. Yeah, I have the time. I could, 3 times a week, maybe get up about 15-20 minutes earlier and just do a little bit of body weight exercise, or just move around a couple light dumbbells. I could do a little bit of something, sure. Maybe you've been skipping your daytime meals because you feel too busy. But in reality, you realize you're just not prioritizing the food. You're just not making the choice to eat. So you could. You're just not choosing to do so. When you ask the question, is this the best I can do? If the answer is, I could do more, you'll feel that. You'll fight it. But you'll become your best if you listen to it. So if you dare, ask yourself that question. Am I doing the best I can do? Search through your feelings. Listen to your excuses if they pop up. Try to imagine as if there was somebody else telling you those excuses. By hearing those excuses, does it feel that the thought of you could be doing more goes away? Do you feel peace? If you say, I truly want to look and see, is there anything that I could be doing more? If the answer to that is no, you'll feel at peace by asking that question. If the answer to that is, yeah, there is something, you're probably going to feel angry and defensive. If you're angry and defensive, it's because you know there's something more to give. It's just frustrating you that you have to give it. You don't want to give it. Maybe it's energy. You're just freaking worn out. And you can't imagine being any more tired than you are now. Or maybe it's comfort. Maybe it's a glass of wine at night. Maybe it's getting to sleep in to the last minute and hit snooze 3 or 4 times. It's just a comfort of your life that is getting in the way of your best life. You want to protect that extra little thing, and you're not willing to give it up to reach the goal. You're fighting that. So think it through. Do you want to continue to give almost enough and never see the results you want? Or are you willing to give that final amount and really, truly see what you're capable of? I hope that if you do ask yourself that question, if there is anything more that you can give, I hope you give it. I hope you give yourself the opportunity in your life to just see what you can do. Might be pretty amazing. Well, I wish you the best of luck for everything. If there's anything I can help with, I'm always an email away. Just email me at brutalirongym@gmail.com. Well, thank you for listening to the podcast. If you like our podcast, please consider sharing it. The more people we share it with, the more people we can help. And that's the whole point of the podcast. Just try to help as many people as we can, help them live their healthiest and happiest lives. Thank you to the patrons of the podcast, people who financially support the podcast. The podcast is well over $1,000 a year for hosting costs. I give an hour to it every day. We want to keep it for free. So the donations go a long way towards trying to help cover some of that cost, which I truly appreciate. If you do want to donate, you can do so at our website, www.brutalirongym.com. We have an option there for a one-time donation, monthly donation, yearly donation, even just $5 a month. It goes a long way. It all does add up. So thank you very much. Also, if you like the information we share in our podcast, you can find more from us on our social media channels on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under the name Brutal Iron Gym. If you have any questions, feedback, suggestions, anything you want to know, let us know at our email at brutalirongym@gmail.com. As always, I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening.